In this video, I'm gonna be showcasing the best medieval add-ons I found in the MCPETL for free. This add-on pack consists of add-ons having a total of 8 different factions that is going to be showcased today. If you want to download the add-ons, I'll put all of them in the description for you to check it out. The Necros Knight is an undead mob that belongs to the Necros faction. They are aggressive and will attack players, villagers, golems, piglins, and orcs. When a Necros Knight is spawned, there's a chance that their weapon and armor gets an enchantment. They adapt both melee and range. They can either switch to each one when the enemy gets too close or too far away. The armor they're using is called the Ancient Brass Set, and there are 4 types of brass armor set. While Ancient Lesser Brass Set is the weakest one, the Ancient Rusty and the normal brass is tied to the toughest of the other 2. And the weapon they're using is called the Ancient Brass Spear. The Ancient Brass Spear works like a trident, where you can use them for melee or range, except it deals less 2 damage compared to the trident. The Ochi Necros almost acts as the same as the Necros Knight. When they spawn, they can either wield a melee weapon or a bow. Just like the Necros Knight, they can also have enchantments on their armor. There's also a second variant of the Ochi Necros where some of them will have glowing eyes and get slightly more health and damage. This also applies to Necros Knight. The Necros Colossus is the boss of the Necros faction. When they spawn, they will only be on the ground, resting, waiting for a foe comes near it. The Colossus is very tanky, having 250 health and have full knockback resistance. During combat, the Colossus will have 4 types of different attacks: a standard claw strike, a claw combo, a heavy smash, and a heavy claw attack. Each of these attacks have different timings and damage values, or even apply slowness to targets. If the opponent gets too far away, they can charge forward at their enemy. This charge attack is fast and deals a lot of damage, so it may not be best to run away from it. When slain, they will drop a lot of bone blocks, and sometimes they might drop undead essence. The Necromancer is the final mob of the Necros faction. Even though it has a weapon, it doesn't actually attack to defend itself, but instead it casts spells. It almost acts like an evoker when it puts a distance to their enemies when not casting. They can randomly summon pairs of Necros Knights or multiple Ochi Necros around itself. And of course, these mobs will also fight for the Necromancer. It also has 2 special abilities that it can use besides summoning. The Jaws of Death is where the Necromancer acts like the vanilla evoker in Minecraft. It spawns Necromancer Jaws from the ground and deals damage to mobs that touches it. The Withering Orbs is a normal projectile attack that a Necromancer can cast. They will shoot these projectiles at their opponents, dealing damage. Like most projectiles, they can also be dodged by the players if you keep moving. When the Necromancer's health goes down, it will enter its second phase, where it gains the ability to summon the Necros Colossus to fight for it. The Necromancer's weapon was using the Necromancer's Sight. To make the Necromancer's Sight, you're gonna need to follow this recipe in the Necromancy table. The Necromancer's Sight deals 7 damage and can even use the Jaws of Death ability, where it summons the Necromancer Jaws from the ground all around the player. This ability also has a cooldown where it says on the top left, the "I need to rest" message. The Wild Orcs are the first mob that's going to be introduced from the Orcs faction. They have 8 variants to randomly become when spawning. Wild Orcs can either wield a melee weapon or a ranged weapon like bow randomly. They are aggressive to most mobs and will attack except the mobs that belong to the same faction. We also have 3 other orcs: Snagark, Baby Orc, Berserker, and the Ringleader. Compared to the Wild Orc, the Snagark is the weakest version of it. They're small and have less health and damage than Wild Orcs. They somewhat act like a baby zombie, where they're very fast and have smaller hitbox. While the Orc Berserker is like the opposite of it. The Orc Berserker is the strongest version of the Wild Orc. They have 40 health and 50% knockback resistance. The Orc Ringleader, on the other hand, are way stronger compared to the previous ones. The Orc Ringleader is considered a mini-boss mob of the Orc faction. When they spawn, they immediately call 4 Wild Orcs around itself. They have 70 health, which is over twice the health of a normal Wild Orc. Just like the Berserker, it also has a knockback resistance and deals decent damage. Once the Orc Ringleader's health drops below 45, they will enter second phase. When it enters second phase, it buffs the nearby orcs within 24 blocks with strength and resistance. In its second phase, their damage will increase from 3 to 8. Its attack and speed becomes way faster, and the movement becomes aggressive. The Wargs are basically the pets of the Orc faction. They are fast and have 40 health, the same as the Orc Berserker, making them quite durable. When they spawn, there's a chance that a Wild Orc is riding it. They have a total of 3 variants depending on what type of biome they spawn in: hot biomes, cold biomes, and plains. Some wargs are also tameable if you feed them with rotten flesh. Once tamed, they can be ridden by the players and can be bred with other wargs and fight for its owner. You don't need saddle to control the warg. The Orc Warlord is the boss of the whole Orc faction. Obviously, the Warlord is hostile and will attack players. The Orc Warlord has 4 attack styles and can be used randomly. One is a heavy long-reach sweep attack, Second is a short, fast, low damage. Third is another long reach, high damage attack but faster. And last one is a shockwave jump attack. Some attacks also apply slowness to its targets. It can also use its shield to block off any attacks coming for it. The giant cave spiders are mobs that belong to the spider faction. There are two types of these giant spiders, cave spiders and freezing cave spider. The difference they have is they apply different debuffs to its targets. Cave spiders will apply poison and the freezing applies slowness. While there's also a smaller version of the spiders called cave spiderlings. The spiderlings almost act the same as them, except they're a lot weaker but faster. They each have 6 health and deals 2 damage. The cave spider matriarch is the last and the largest spider of the spider faction. It is hostile to players and has 200 health with full knockback resistance. It has 3 different attacks, one that deals 8 damage, the other one deals 10 damage, and the last one deals 26 damage. One of its abilities is where the matriarch can also pounce at its enemies, dealing 15 damage. Cave Spider Matriarch can also resist 80% of the projectile damage thrown at it. The Fire Drake is the final mob of the Forgotten Legends that doesn't belong to any faction. It has 300 health, and just like the Spider Matriarch, it can also reduce the projectile damages by 80%. When spawning the dragon, it can randomly spawn as one of the 3 variants. When fighting the Fire Drake, it has the ability to fly or stay on the ground. It also has multiple attack styles, like breathing fire repeatedly, shooting fireballs, a bite, tail, and a swoop attack that deals 12 and 22 damage. You can tame them if you use its own meat, which is the raw Fire Drake meat. The tame chance is 100%, so you don't really need to waste a lot of it. When tamed, they can be ridden by the players using a saddle. You can also use a bone to your tamed Fire Drake for it to enter Anarchy mode. In this mode, the dragon will become more aggressive and attacks almost everything nearby. We also have new armors that was added from the add-on, but some of them don't have the complete sets. The worker is a mob found in an abandoned old train station. During the day, it'll interact peacefully. But if it senses a threat, it'll attack with its double-barreled pistol. It's tough, so it's best not to pick a fight with it since it can deal a lot of damage. Though upon defeating defeating it, it also has a small chance to drop its weapon when defeated. Having iron armor isn't really enough defeating it if you don't have any plans or tricks. The Crazy Butcher is a hostile humanoid mob with 30 health. Wanders around villages. Into water, it can still move since it can float, but if it touches lava, it burns quickly. Crazy Butcher sees a target, players, villagers, or even werewolves, it becomes aggressive. The Crazy Butcher works in groups. If one is attacked, nearby Crazy Butchers will be alerted and also attack. It has several attack styles that it switches between randomly. A fast light attack that deals 6 damage, and a stronger heavy attack that deals 12 damage. When killed, it drops loot from the special loot table and gives experience for the players. The Crazy Butcher is like a deranged hostile villager that hunts down players and villagers. Heretic is a cultist-like villager that lives as a part of the Dark faction. During the day, it doesn't always fight. It might be seen praying, dancing, eating, or even sitting on chairs as if performing strange rituals. They work in groups. If one is attacked, nearby heretics will also become aggressive. When killed, they sometimes die normally, but other times they can explode in a burst of particles. Heretics don't fight the same way. Some carry farm tools like sickles, pitchforks, or shovels to strike in melee, while others use muskets or flaming torches to attack from a distance to deal ranged damage. The Heretic is a cultist mob that looks harmless when it's praying or dancing during the day. But at night, it reveals its violent side, using a variety of weapons and even turning into something. The werewolf is a big, powerful creature with 80 health and a larger size than normal mobs. It mixes raw melee power with ranged attacks, making it one of the most dangerous mobs in your world. In combat, the werewolf is dangerous. It has 2 attack styles. It can slash with its claws and fast melee attacks, or it can unleash a ranged air blast that knocks enemies back from far away. It's fast, has strong resistance to knockback, and will relentlessly chase its targets over long distances. Outside of battle, it sometimes relaxes in different poses, looking more calm. But when provoked or when night falls, it becomes a deadly predator. The Ratman is a tall, unsettling humanoid rat creature with 60 health. It is part of the cult rat faction. It can appear in different emotional states: crying, shaking, praying, or static. In combat, the Ratman has several melee attacks, each dealing 8 damage. Sometimes, instead of just hitting normally, it holds their target and starts biting them. Keep doing this until shaken off, and once it ends, it returns to its regular attacks. The Ratman is a part of the Rats family. If one is attacked, other nearbys will also become aggressive. Its main enemies include players, villagers, iron golems, heretics, crazy butchers, and many other humanoid mobs. The Scarecrow is not a normal living creature. It's more like a possessed figure that comes alive at night. During the day, it just hangs on its stick in a sleeping state, appearing harmless and lifeless. But when night falls, if it's possessed, it wakes up and begins to roam. When active, the scarecrow slowly moves around, avoiding water and sunlight. It attacks players and villagers. When it detects a target up close, it starts to shake and charges up, and then explodes with a fiery blast. After it explodes, it summons a lost soul. It's very similar to a creeper, but more ritualistic and haunted. The scarecrow is a haunted effigy that rests on its stick by day, but comes alive at night to stalk enemies. It fights weakly at first, but when close enough, it charges up and explodes like a fiery cursed creeper. The violinist is a mysterious cultist with 150 health, making it tougher than most humanoid mobs. During the daytime, the violinist usually acts neutral, it wanders and sometimes even sits on chairs. If it spots an enemy, the violinist becomes hostile. In combat, it normally attacks with a weak melee strike. What makes it unique, however, is its music ability. It begins playing its violin, producing magical effects. It means the violinist isn't just a fighter, it's a support mob that can empower its cult allies. If interrupted though, it stops playing and returns to melee attacks. The violinist avoids water, can open and close doors, and works with others of its kind. The violinist is a powerful cultist that behaves calmly by day, but turns violent at night. Its eerie violin music grants magical buffs like strength, speed, or regeneration. The churchman is a cult-like villager with 120 health that lives between two states, ritual and transformation. If it dies during the day, instead of transforming, it leaves behind a mortuary chest containing its remains. At night, the churchman specifically hunts players, villagers, ghostly entities, and grave diggers. When provoked, the churchman becomes hostile. It roams, opens doors, stalks enemies from long distances. The churchman is a cult priest mob that prays by day and guards at night, and becomes extremely aggressive when threatened. If fatally wounded at night, the churchman begins to transform. It starts shaking and slows down. And after a few seconds, it explodes into particles and sound while becoming a werewolf alpha. The werewolf alpha is a towering beast, standing twice the size of a normal mob and boasting 150 health. When it first appears, the alpha often goes through spawn animation, where it seems to emerge violently. In battle, the werewolf alpha is incredibly versatile. It has two main melee combos, both striking for 9 damage. Some swipe, it chooses to unleash range air blast attack, striking enemies. If struck in melee, it sometimes tries to dodge, briefly gaining resistance and slowing itself. The werewolf alpha is a gigantic 150 health boss-like monster that shifts between calm and violent states. It fights with heavy melee combos, long-range air blast, dodges, and confusion effects. The Gravedigger is a powerful undead monster with 175 health and heavy knockback resistance. It belongs to a cult pseudo-ghostly creatures looking like a twisted corpse keeper bound to the graveyard. When it spawns, the Gravedigger usually acts in its life mode. In this state, it can move around slow. It always keeps an eye on nearby players, villagers, werewolves, and churchmen, treating them as enemies. In combat, the Gravedigger has multiple attack styles. If shot with bullets, the Gravedigger becomes confused for a short time, staggering before recovering. The Gravedigger also has a chilly personality. Sometimes it speaks by sending eerie warning messages. When defeated, the Gravedigger doesn't stay dead. Instead, it enters a death mode. After 11 seconds, if undisturbed, it revives itself, unleashing a roar of knockback. There are only two ways to destroy it permanently. If it dies at night, instead of vanishing, it spawns a mercury chest, leaving behind its cursed remains. Gravedigger is a relentless undead that refuses to stay dead. It strikes with shovel attacks, throws dirt. It summons allies at night and revives itself after death unless burned or purified by daylight. The Rat King is a massive cult boss with 400 health, towering over normal mobs. It's not just a brute, it has multiple attack styles, can summon allies, and even confuses its enemies. At first, it spawns in a passive state, only reacting to players or other creatures come too close. Once angered or hurt, it enters its combat mode, where it reveals its full arsenal. The Rat King's attacks are diverse and unpredictable. The Rat King is also highly resistant, it cannot be knocked back, reads both land and underwater. It can break through doors, it commands rats within 42 blocks, making them aggressive alongside it. The Rat King is a 400 cult boss that fights with claws, rat summons, shock waves, and spit attacks. It leads swarms of rats, resists most forms of control, and leaves behind a cursed boss chest upon death. The Pumpkin is a massive boss hunter with 800 health and a height of nearly 5 blocks. The Pumpkin will look like a twisted pumpkin-headed king that commands both plants and dark spirits. When first spawned, the Pumpkin is usually buried or dormant, almost like a hidden grave idol. At night, it awakens and begins hunting. During the day, if left alone, it can bury itself again. When the battle begins at night, it starts with basic attacks dealing moderate damage. But as its health drops, it becomes more powerful and unleashes new abilities. You can tell its shifting faces by the eerie twist its head, revealing a new expression. It summons infected crows and lost souls to raising thorny plants that hinder your movement. The Pumpkin is a towering 800 boss that hides during the day and awakens at night. The floating boat is a new water and air transportation. It allows players to move across water or air. It's a better version of the vanilla Minecraft boat. It will allow you to fly only when riding it. It also has a built-in storage where you can store your items to. It's very durable and doesn't break that easily. You can float upwards by looking up and slowly go down by looking below. This allows players to explore more freely in the survival. The flag and mystics are these inanimate objects that can function in a lot of ways. By using the new item called Soul Gem, you can actually bring them back to life. Once tamed, they will grow limbs and will follow you around. In this form, they are pretty much useless and won't do much, unless you have some specific items. They can be ordered to either sit or stand, just like the normal tame mobs. Same, they can be changed either of the two different forms, Soul Dark or Solar Age. You can do this by using a specific type of item that was added, which you can obtain by defeating certain mobs. By using specific fragments, you can switch their modes into Smith mode. In this mode, they are unable to follow you or move around. In Smith mode, it will allow you to smith new armors and weapons by giving them the shown requirements. This works for both forms and gives you different equipments. These items are all brand new, so it may be unfamiliar. Also, there's an item called Suspicious Sweet, which will give you strength, nausea, and hunger for a short amount of time. This item can be obtained by trading a new mob that's going to be showcased in this video. New item called Smoke Bombs, and I'm guessing you already have an idea of what these things do. By holding your screen or pressing right click, it will allow you to vanish and teleport. Most likely, you will end up in the sky, but you will receive feather falling, so you won't die. An item called Syringe with Suspicious Blood, which can be important for the later mobs. Starting off with the two new shields that function as the normal shields. Unfortunately, they don't do any special abilities. There are 4 new armors that can be worn by the player that gives effects when wearing the full set. 2 new masks has also been added that gives you night vision. Some weapons don't have special abilities, but they deal a lot of damage. The Sentinel Bow is a brand new bow that shoots flaming arrows. It's basically just a normal bow, but better. The Vendaga allows you to vanish through thin air. It deals 6 damage and inflicts poison to targets. You can charge to a straight direction. It can damage opponents by hitting them directly with the ability. The Sickle of Fatality almost does the same thing, but this one, it teleports you. The ability is harmless and doesn't deal damage. The Sword of Fatality, on the other hand, summons plague dogs that will attack mobs. Plague dogs are pretty powerful and will destroy the blocks on its surroundings. The Unbound Arm is also a weapon that summons mobs that will fight for you. Though they will only last a certain amount of time, but you can use it multiple times. The Sacred Halberd is also a powerful weapon that can be obtained by defeating a certain boss. You'll produce these portal knights that shoots giant halberds on nearby mobs. Projectiles also has burning effects that can easily destroy combustible blocks. Next up is the Sinner's Rod. It allows you to summon a protected mob by your side. Same as the Plague Dogs, it can also destroy blocks by walking on it. Lastly, the Unbound Arm Punch is the same as the previous Unbound Arm weapon. But instead of summoning, it produces a giant blast that breaks through blocks. It can also hit mobs and will blow up and catch its surroundings on fire. Ducks are the same as the chickens. They produce eggs and can spawn a baby version. They're also a good resource of food. It's the same as the passive animals that are currently in the game. But with the syringe, they can be different. Duck abominations kills animals as the source of their food. They're pretty big, and currently this one is the baby version. The adult version is twice its size and has better stats. When there's no prey nearby, they'll just start sleeping. They can easily be woken up though and just start killing. Same as the ducks, they also have their own eggs and then spawn baby versions. The outcasts are basically the people who got rejected on a nation or a So these guys are trying to survive since they didn't get accepted. The corrupted outcast infects normal outcasts and turns them into one. They are hostile and very fast. They will attack other factions like the mercenary and the assassin. There's also a chance that they will not die once they're killed and keep fighting. The gargoyle is counted as a mini-boss and it wields two halberds. It won't move unless a foe comes near it. It has special abilities like shooting wind, fire blast, and spin attack. It uses its fire blast, it will flop down on the ground and rest. It will be best to attack it on this state. Use a bow since it's difficult to hit it unless it uses the fire ability. The Sentinels is the first faction introduced. The boss is called the Sentinel itself. As you can see, it owns the sacred halberd that was showcased earlier. So the abilities of the sacred halberd can be used by this boss. By defeating this, it has a chance to drop the weapon. It also has minions called the Sentinel Soldier and are hostile as well. They can be very dangerous when you're not wearing any armor. Are also worth it. They drop enchanted golden apples plus new items. The Stinky Medical is a neutral mob that belongs to the Plague faction. Like a villager, you can actually trade with them and give you exclusive items in the add-on. Be careful with your decisions though, you don't want to attack them. As you can see, they own the Sinner's Rod, so they won't go down that easily. With the syringe, they can be transformed into something more. The plague is summoned and will turn into nighttime and summon plague dogs. It is considered as a boss mob and can be very difficult to take down. It has abilities like summoning plague dogs and can charge on its opponents, dealing damage. It can also pull its opponents and send them flying. The two fatality weapons from earlier. The rest is for you to find out. You can download the add-on by clicking the link in the description. Don't forget to support my channel by clicking the subscribe and like button.